Hello all. Hello all. Good afternoon. I'm Molly. I'm working as an automation test architect in Capgemini. We have been a part of digital transformation for multiple European and Asian banks, and we have extensive knowledge and work experience towards the front end middleware and the back end automations. So we would like to present one of our key findings during this presentation. So Deb, you can go ahead.
Everyone. Myself, Dev. I am just working with Capgemini from last 8 years, mainly into the automation transformation areas. I primarily work as automation architect. So already we have worked on multiple solutions on the API testing areas, on the API testing area. So currently we are focusing on the banking industry, like where we have large number of API solutions required. So mainly like as a prior experience, I have already participated with STP as a finalist in 2015. So that time we proposed to the automation blue book for a backend automation solutioning. So this year we came up with an approach where we can really utilize our resources. So the main challenge during the pandemic that we observed is the resourcing. We don't find the right resourcing for taking the daily activities where automation is the primary, right? So now the industry is focusing more on automation and DevOps. So everybody is more interested on doing things in an automated way and giving the solutioning on DevOps so that the coverage can be monitored, so that the CI/CD pipeline can be triggered smoothly and execution can be performed on a very regular basis, maybe daily or weekly, so that we can have a full control of our quality, where we can deliver the best quality deliverables to the productions, and we will make sure that the issue reductions, the production issue reductions, happening with a continuous fashion. Okay, so before I proceed with my presentation today, so I just want to brief you about like what we are going to present. Okay, there is a summary behind what we came up. So basically it's a technology solution that we are talking about, and the solutioning is primarily focusing on reducing resources and improving the quality. Okay, so when we said reducing resources, that means earlier we have a lot of pool for doing automation. Now we are transforming the pool to make them self-enabled to perform a quality testing. Okay, so knowing what test they are going to perform, knowing what areas of testing they are going to cover, and make sure all the areas of testing are standardized and they are reaching to the required customers. Okay, so as a whole, as a consulting, we provide a uniform solution across all our customers in the particular area of API testing, which is a large industry nowadays, right? And we just want to make sure all the API test cases are being covered, whether it is done by any of the person within the industry, right? The test cases will be standardized, the framework will be standardized, the data invocation will be standardized, and the testing will be standardized. It's a uniform platform which will support the user to perform all the things. So yeah, myself and Molly, we both worked as automation architect. We are providing the solutions. We worked on this API testing solutions from more than 8 to 9 years as of now, and we are primarily working on advancing the automation technologies, standards, and the quality engineering practices. So yeah, we can now move into the abstract of our presentation. So where we'll just summarize what we're going through this presentation. So I'll just go to the next slide. Okay. So earlier during the years, we have standardized automations. We have achieved 100% shift left, 100% automation, and a comfortable DevOps setups where we can do continuous integration and daily execution unattendedly, which with time it reduces the cost of the defects. It helps us finding more issues on the earlier edges, and we started reporting the same with the stakeholders, and making sure that the quality of the product is getting improved day by day. So most of the time we observed one thing, that we have a major challenge with the resourcing, with our own experience resources which are contributing with the daily executions and the challenges they're coming across. Right? It's a applications integrated system. So we have a plan, we do the planning first, then we do the executions. So plannings we do, but on the real time, most of the time the challenges that we came across is the environments are not stable. Okay, people are not in the equal mindset of doing the testing. People are not able to relate with the existing test cases which have been there in the system for more than 5 years or 8 years. Right, so it's a regression test cases which people are not able to relate to, and when those cases are failing because of any of the issues which are not related to a functional problem, people not able to relate to it. It takes a lot of challenges for them to resolve them and bring back to the automated automation suite. So we thought of bringing one uniform framework which will not only solve the basic issue with test case understanding, but it will generate all the test cases that need to be covered for a basic API. Okay, whether it's developed in the technology using SOAP or REST, whichever technology we are using, and whichever platform that we are using, instead of the application server supports, we will make sure that all the basic standard of test cases will be generated automatically using the test framework, and that can be driven through a data-driven test framework. So now, for example, we are supporting multiple countries within the APAC now, right? And multiple customers are we are handling. So we are proposing them a unique solution where, like, instead of hiring teams and making them realize their products, giving them an understanding and asking them to do a test cycle planning, and then after that test preparation, and after that doing the execution as a standard SDLC practice. So we are proposing them a solution where they can utilize, they can leverage the people, the knowledge of the people, the technology intervention for the people, so that the people can utilize the system to generate more efficient test cases, which will not just cover the functional test cases, but it will cover all the basic test cases for an API. Okay, so like for an API, the basic things that we need to test is all the type of HTTP protocols, right? The protocol responses, whether it's a positive or negative scenario, and more challengingly, the integrated systems which are part of one combined project, it can be covered. So now the next challenge is, whenever we do API testing, people are of the functionality with the positive test scenarios, and we majorly focus on the positive test scenarios. But in the real time, when we go to any of the banking or finance environment, the major challenges came across is the environment failures, the integrated system failures, and the type of negative testing, right, which need to be performed more. So when in production we used to receive this sort of issues, this came back to us, and it requires a lot of time to do a complete analysis, and the cost is huge here to get involved. And finally, we come up to a solution, right, that need to be provided immediately as support. So to overcome that,
Yeah, let's get into the solution.
yeah. So to overcome that solutioning, so we thought of developing a framework where we'll cover 100% negative test cases based on the requirements. Okay, the channel integration test cases, which are very basic for all the APIs, and the standard HTTP test cases, which are very basic for any of the APIs developed in SOAP or REST. So now what we have done, so we have built a framework. It's a optimized algorithm, okay, to train the machine to get us the libraries which will develop one combined optimized API test framework, and that will be completely driven through the set of predefined configurations. Okay, the second algorithm we built up is, which we called as the DDA. So the DDA is the dynamic data analysis algorithm. So this particular algorithms always takes the inputs, like what type of databases we are using, whether Oracle, Sybase, DB2, or any legacy systems on mainframes, right? So we are supporting all of them. So this modules helps us to find all the required data patterns and type of data to be used in our framework during the API testing. On the Not last but the least, we integrate it into the DevOps environment where we can trigger it. Our automation, once the framework is ready with the data analysis patterns are set, we can push it into the DevOps. We will add it into Jenkins unattended pattern so that the CI/CD will be set up 100%, and the execution will be triggered post the deployments done within SIT, pre-SIT, and we are targeting now in the UAT environment as a sequence. So now, while doing this, we also make sure that after the testing is covered, we have Sonar and Jacobo platform where we make sure that the coverage, the number of requests we are hitting to the application using the same logs, we are making sure the application functionality coverage is achieved. We are helping the development teams providing the reports which clearly mention like how many percentage of the existing code coverage was been checked during our testing. So all these functionalities we are managing with the combined solution. So now if we'll go to the next part, I just okay, before we go, so as I said, so we have created sample sort of dashboards which we have developed in simple HTML JSS classes, so which will show the coverage, the daily reportings to the stakeholders, and it will make sure that people are aware of the easy understanding. Okay, people should be aware of the easy understanding what they have on the coverage, so that from the top management, from the senior leadership to the testing unit, everybody will be on the same page, and like the value we are adding.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dev. Can you move bit near to your mic? It's very your voice is too feeble.
Okay, sorry for that. I think there is a system inconvenience. Molly, your video is also stopped, but okay, it's fine. So the second thing is when we talk about the challenges in the modern way API automations, right? So we went through a couple of industry solutions which are available at the market. Everybody speaks about how we will execute the API test cases, but for the coverage checks, we never see or come across any solutioning where people propose that these many number of cases should be considered as a basic pattern for the API test cases, and that need to be a must as a API solutioning. Okay, so we targeted all those areas which been skipped from other experts within the industry. So we target to how to achieve doing it. So these major challenges we have implemented in the solutioning, and we are making sure that all these important things uh, which are not considered or maybe uh, considered with a very less percentage can be covered with a very high percentage, and making sure we will get a good ROI out of this particular search or particular test case creation module. Okay, so now I'll go to the next slide. Okay, so now I'll talk more about the solutioning which we are proposing here. Okay, so how we are capturing the traffic of APIs at the runtime and how we are building up the test cases in automation ways. So we are first of all we are converting the UI activities, or we are converting the backend modules from the definitions, or we are converting it from the sources from the expose API sources, and we are modularizing it into into test cases. Okay, and we are providing a support whenever we have a functional requirement which cannot be directly converted into the technical requirement. Such cases which have a manual intervention of change, we are inputting it through the static files using uh, Excel files, CSV files that we are supporting as of now. So there the user can define their standards. Okay, so they can standardize it in the layman terms with the Gherkin languages. So we can pull them up and define as a new test case in our automation framework, and we can pull them as a functional important test case. And rest all other technical test cases which are coming through the existing API functionality, we will take them as the technical test cases. Okay, so we are grouping all these test cases together, and we are marking which are test cases covering the network protocols, which are covering the functional modules, which are covering the negative test cases, and which are covering the positive test cases or the behavioral test cases. Now, here we are also making sure that all the boundary value test cases are covered 100%, so that the most probable test cases, right? So people do like 5 or 10 scenarios for a boundary value analysis, but here, as we got a provisioning of creating the test cases dynamically, we just put it more than like 20 to 16 test cases, 16 to 20 test cases, which can be the highest number of boundary value tests with a probability of 4. Okay, so 4 is to 4 is 16. So that's what we taken into consideration for this sort of scenarios. Now, the second thing is, okay, so whenever we talks about doing a API test, we need our functional testers to understand, to go through those APIs and then build a framework, right? But when such cases we have existing definitions are getting read by the product itself, our framework itself, it it gives a very comfortable time for our existing resources to read through the behavioral driven test cases and make it the highest number of test cases they can consider is only the functional test cases, and that's how they can make sure that the coverage is high. That's how they make sure that the testing is going in the good direction. So the second thing is, the last thing is, okay, building the API strategies. Like when we talk about starting a SIT phase, a testing phase in the industry, we consider preparing a test plan, preparing a testing strategy, and making sure the stakeholders are in line with this. The properties are being approved, the approval flows are being taken care across all the senior management, and we are getting the responses back from them, and we are moving it forward. But doing this framework, okay, when we say our framework is capable of making sure the strategies are already taken care. For example, uh, the magnitudes of the coverage, okay, the length analysis of the execution aspects within the timelines, it already taken care by the framework. So as long as we complete our test creation within a week of the SIT stat, the rest of the window is available for us to do a comfortable execution and making sure the results are being published. So earlier they have given a lot of projects. So always the SIT requires long time durations to execute the SIT test cases, even though they're going with more than 40% of test case coverage. But nowadays, what we are challenging, that instead of giving us more time, give us more quality resources, right? In terms of bring your environments up, reduce the cost of SIT duration, bring the environments up, build good environments, make sure that DevOps setups are confirmed and done within this environment, so that once we do the testing, then we will definitely be able to add more values in the completion, and the quality will be definitely much better compared to any other automated execution. So the solutioning, the highlights of the solutioning is, it is a test creation framework, test execution framework, and reporting framework combined together, along with the data analysis algorithm, which will feed data to our test execution, and a summarized support, a customized summarized support for all the functional tester to add more functional test cases during any of the SIT phases or development phases or UAT phases. So just switch back the configuration, jump into the environment. It may be intake, it may be SIT, it may be UAT. Start the executions. Okay. We just need few resources to support any kind of downtime, any kind of issues we facing during the execution of framework, the framework maintenance. So I'll go to that. So, okay, before I move to the next slide, I'll just want to highlight few things. Okay, so what we learned through is like the existing algorithm that available in the market and what are the limitations that they have currently. Okay, so majority of the existing libraries, existing functional industry standards, they are covering the execution part. Okay, so and execution part can be done in multiple advanced automation techniques, whether it may be in Python, Java, or any of the programming languages available, right? The approach can be done in BDD, but The thing that we are proposing explicitly is to add more test coverage through the unique test case driven framework where we will generate the test cases dynamically. Okay, now the focus. Okay, so here like the models are like we continuously feed the system. The system is whether the framework is introduced to the project new or it's an existing one, or at any point of the time, whether the project is an existing project running from last 5 or 6 years of history, and now we are bringing in this product. So we have a regression history track using which we can cover the backlogs, and at the same time we can add the new test cases with two different groups, and the executions, the fixings, the monitoring cycles, right? They will be followed up respectively, and end of the day we'll get a summarized report to share with our stakeholders or senior management to make sure the things are done as per the plan, and the level of satisfaction, the level of quality delivery will be making sure every day. Okay, so we are not giving a timelines that okay we will be signing it off after 1 month or 2 months or 1 week after 2 weeks. Instead of that, we're publishing it daily so that we will have the confidence of our customers, so that the customer will feel that whatever we targeted we are achieving. The percentage of completion is from the first day we are targeting to achieve at least 60% of coverage within this API areas. Okay, so that's how we are targeting it, and we are making sure the stability of the environments have been taken care by the stakeholders, and we are discussing more with them to invest in the stabilizing the environments instead of investing more on the resources, particularly hiring new peoples, getting them trained into things and start doing the testing. We are making them enable so that they can invest more on the systems, and they can make sure that the quality is achieved using the machine learning pattern algorithms. Okay, so that's our main goal we're targeting to. So now I'll just go to the next one. Molly, just interrupt me if I'm going a bit faster because I feel like I'm the only person speaking on this forum.
You are going too slow, Deb. You can go ahead quick.
Okay, okay. So now on the continuous integration part, so we said like the framework is also supports the continuous integration modules. So we have a full support to the DevOps. We are trying to utilize all the modules within the DevOps, the test coverage tools. We are using the automation deployment tools. We are using the monitoring tools, and we are using the server analytics and the performance testing tools to make sure that the things all are achieved uh, with a huge load of data that we are performing. For example, it supports our load testing, which normally is not preferably we don't do it in such an SIT environments, and we preferably do it in the UAT environments. But with such stable automation approach, when we have a huge data is created in SIT with a daily execution, and we have the archival backups, so we can also conduct the performance basic checks in SID, and the coverage also we can publish within the SIT, so that on the UAT stage we can be the confidence of the test will be high, and we can diagnose it with the new approach of fixing that the development teams are taking care of. So that's a continuous grid that we are taking it as a testing strategy. So we are adding it to the testing strategy, and we are making sure it's been followed across the proposed solution. So this is a value add. Okay, not just a value add. I'll rather say that it uh, it really makes the industry feels that the testing is end to end, the testing is continuous and integrated. So that's what we target to bring down with the DevOps setups. Okay, so now with the when we talk about like the ROIs, the return of investment that we got through approaching towards the AML algorithms. Okay, so we basically the rate is very high earlier the coverage was so there are framework, there are few projects where we are generating around 1800 1600 test cases for a couple of like 100 and 200 120 APIs. Now including this automated test approach, we are generating huge lot of test cases and we are able to execute them on a unattended pattern, and we are just making sure that the defect reporting is very high because all of the negative test cases are being done, and the quality of the product is much better comparatively what we used to do with 100% automated approach before. So when we do 100% automation means we do automate the test cases which are already created by our testers, right? So in this case, the test cases have been taken care by the system, and the test cases numbers are huge, and it also directly mapped with the coverage tool. So in both the way, we are making sure that how much we covered and what much is required. Okay? So that's how we do. Now I'm coming to the end. I'm just giving you time for the question and answers. And before that, yeah, this is the we just put the author's biography and like what background we came from and what are the achievements that we have done in this few years, the industry experience that we have, and the solution that we are proposing. So, yeah, never last, but uh, I'll just want to go back to the question and answer sections where like anybody has any questions so that we can take it up as a part of this presentation and we can answer to people.
As of now, we have only one question. In the private chat, we have it.
Okay, so basically how we provide a dynamically payloads, right? So when we extract the payloads from the definition, it's a uniform payload which gets created. Okay, so we in the framework we define all the attributes. For example, the definition has more than 500 or 600 attributes, right? We standardize them into the naming algorithms. We take it based on the alphanumeric sequence. Okay, so from A to Z, from 1 to 9. So we put dynamic values within the payloads while we're creating the payloads from the definition file. And once our data analytics is ready and the data setup is done, so we replace all the attributes with the attributes sequence matching algorithm, which is the new data created, okay, in the CSV or in the Excel file format. So depending on different forums, people support different type of files based on their convenience. So we support both the files. Once the data is ready, it will be replaced with the uh, alphanumeric value analysis algorithm, and it will be replaced. So for one API payload, we can generate more than whatever data sequence they are providing, right, based on the data analysis. So we can pull all the test cases into the test execution bed, and that will be run at the execution time. So yeah, so this is how we create the dynamic payload, and we make sure most of the attributes with the API request are been covered, whether it's a optional or a mandatory value for that particular API. Yes, I think this is the one question that we have answered. Okay, so okay, so finally, like to thank everyone for giving us this opportunity to present, and thank everyone for listening. Hope forward to propose many more solutions into the industry, and yeah, we'll definitely look forward to make the standards up and make a good quality of products to across the industry. Thanks everyone. Thanks so much for the patience. Molly, you want to add anything
Thank,
before we drop?
Yeah, thank you all guys. Before wrapping up, just one point that we want to add is the solution what we brought in. Uh, the amount of ROI that we could bring up for both the customer as well as for the organization is almost like a 32% of the savings that we have brought in with savings around the regression testing as well as the early testings and the continuous testings in all the phases and the UAT as well as for the unit test. These are our main key achievements of this solution, where one solution fits for all the environments and all the cycles of our testing. That's the key point that we kept in mind while building this. So hope this would be uh, a catchy thing and would be people would be interested in knowing much about this. Thank you guys.
Thanks so much, Molly. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for your presence. Thanks for your time. Okay, I'm just